You guys are in for an extra special real treat today. Dimitris Skiadas is pretty much an e-commerce legend. You speak all over the world, Dimitris. You've helped build up your own personal brand doing this. And one of the things that I love most about you, actually, what really drew me to you is I'd actually know probably, 24 people, many of which you know, who are absolutely crushing it in the e-commerce space. But what's different about you is I liked how much you actually want to help the next person behind you. Like, it's not just about selling as much of a physical product as humanly possible and keeping all that money for your health or for yourself. Like, you're really big about helping others succeed as well. So I wonder if you might start just kind of telling me a little bit about your story and why that is so important to you, because I'm truly genuinely interested to hear why that is.
Okay, cool. So first of all, thank you for having me. I'm always excited, to be talking with really, really nice people in the industry. So it's always a pleasure, not only on interviews, but, being around with really, really successful people, people who started from zero and started, leading really, really big companies. So it's always a pleasure. So my story starts from 2010 when I was working as an assistant accountant, and I was really hating every nanosecond of it. So I said, you know what, there has got to be something else in life. I see so many people, and when you're always starting, your first and biggest motivation is money. So back then I was all, I want to make more money. So I literally typed in how to make money online in the Greek Google, and I stumbled upon an actual blog, which is up till this day, makemoneyonline.gr. So I started learning about affiliate marketing, article marketing, writing in forums, blah, blah, blah. So I was working as an assistant accountant, and I said, you know what, one day I want to make things different. I see so many people having an amazing life, traveling the world. For me, it was about the money back then, but it was never about, the big cars or the yachts. Or for me, it was about having the money so I can have the freedom to do as I want. Anyway, so I started learning about this stuff. I stumbled upon a small marketing agency here in Greece where I started working for free in exchange of knowledge. So I started working with Google Ads campaigns, Google Analytics, YouTube. It was back then. It was so we're talking about 2011. So back then it was a lot the SEO space as well. I decided to quit my job, my accounting job, and to go full time on this one and on the internet marketing. The thing is that one of the most difficult parts that if you all your life you have managed to work for someone else, the most difficult part is to work for yourself, because it gets a lot of discipline. And I was not a disciplined guy. I really wanted to hang out with friends. So the moment that I went full time on the internet marketing, a friend would call me and tell me, like, hey dude, you wanna go for coffee? Yeah, sure. So every day I was doing that. Like I said, I'm doing full time on internet marketing, but I wasn't really doing anything. So I said, you know what, I gotta change that. I had some difficulties, so I stepped in to work in a really big marketing agency. I started running really big Google Ads campaigns, YouTube, Facebook ads, etc., really big clients. The thing is that I wasn't happy. So it was like literally 3.5 years ago where I said, you know what, even if I have nothing right at this point, I will quit my job, I will do my own thing, and I will make things happen. I don't care how long it's going to take. I really prefer to work, as they say, 80 hours for myself compared to working 40 hours for someone else. So to make a long story short, I quit my job, and only 2 days after I quit my job and I had zero income, I had like a few clients, my income hit zero because Greece was hit by capital controls. Yeah. And Greece was hit by capital controls. It meant that I couldn't run any Facebook ads, no Google ads. I couldn't use PayPal. I couldn't buy anything outside Greece, Amazon, eBay, nothing of that. I couldn't run any ads. So I had like 2-3 clients back then. I lost everything. And for 3 months in a row, I was making $0. And this is when I understood the power, the power of events, the power of masterminds. So before that, I was seeing, I was working my 9 to 5 and I was really not feeling happy about it. Anyway, so I saw one marketing event that was taking place in Florida, in Orlando. It was the Bill Gross scale, and I was working my 9 to 5. And then I said, you know what? I want to make it. I want to make it right there. Like, why do these people need to attend these events? And they already know all this stuff? One thing that the biggest mistake I've made is I thought that people gather into events because they wanted to learn more stuff. And I realized that was all about, networking, meeting good people, getting inspired. So literally that event, before I quit my job, was the event I went there, and I started meeting so many people. The one was telling me, dude, I make $2 million per year, $500,000, 300,000, 1 million. And I said, what do you do? I said, I work in an agency. The other guy responded, you mean like you own an agency? No, I work as an employee. And that was the moment where I said, you know what, my mind really opened, really wide open. And I said, dude, what are you doing? So 28 days after that, I quit my job. Then I told you the story about capital controls. And one really thing, the biggest thing that really helped me is that I met a guy over there where we worked together, we built a course together, and I made my first 5-figure check for like 3 days of work. I was making $15,000 per year, and I made close to that on 3 days of work because I taught someone how to do Google Ads. And that was the most amazing, although it wasn't, right off the e-commerce or right from affiliate marketing or my own efforts, I built out a course and I made such good money in 3 days of my time. And that was the moment when I realized, you know what, money is not irrelevant, but money shouldn't be the first thing. It's how you help out people, how you manage to bring the results. So to finish up the story, because it's a really long story, I started working with people, consulting the businesses. I started running an agency for Google Ads and YouTube ads. I started throwing my own masterminds here in Greece. So I'm going to be holding my next one in 2 months from now, and it's already sold out. So I gather people from all over the world in a beautiful villa here in Greece, and we eat, we drink, we network, because I really understood the power of networking. It's always someone who you meet who will help you take you into the next level. And after that, also I'm public speaking all over the world. I've been training some people, digital courses, anything that has to do with teaching and interacting with people.
Very nice. That is a very good answer, but I like that because I think I see that with a lot of beginners where money is the only reason to do it. And I've been guilty of this myself, and I'm sure you have as well, is that when you finally do achieve your goal, you get really lazy, and then eventually it'll make you broke again because your only motivation for doing it was to make money. One of the things I really liked about what you were talking about, so it was in another video. So one of the things you're known for, obviously, is being the Google Analytics master, but I kind of wanted to take it deeper because I saw a little training you were doing on ads, and you were talking about the importance of being creative and being different. And I think that's something that regardless of niche or regardless of what people sell, however they help people, that creativity and being different and embracing what's unique is one of the most important things. I wonder if you might share a little bit on your philosophy on that and how it kind of applies to how you run your business now and how somebody else might kind of take those principles and use it for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I notice, and it's really common in our industry, that one person or maybe 3-4 persons who are considered to be gurus, they say one thing about Facebook ads and everybody else tends to follow. Okay, so people say, guys, you need to run website conversion ads, go optimize for purchase, and use the same copy. Do you love this? Tag and share, hire a friend. Oh my God, ha ha ha. All this kind of stuff. So no one is really creative, and you know what? That works. That works. But if it worked like 1 year ago to 50 people out of 100, now it works for 5 people out of 100, maybe less. So the thing is that when everybody tries to use the exact same ad copy with the exact same video, with the exact same targeting, okay, and try to target the exact same people, oh, I said targeting twice. Anyway, so try to target the exact same people. The thing is that all the CPCs, the CPM are going to rise, and your ads are never going to work. Why is that? Because we have what is called the ad fatigue. So when people see again and again and again the same ad, they don't remember that which was the store. They remember the product. So you need to differentiate yourself. And I'm saying something with, it's not groundbreaking. It's not like science. It's like literally a theory that needs to apply. Majority of the most successful videos have been done with this phone over here, where I actually order the product. I will order the product, or if I don't want to order it from AliExpress and take like 2-3 weeks for it to arrive, I will find something similar here to my market. I will walk down the streets, I will go down, and I'm always on the lookout for products. And what you literally can do, zoom in, zoom out, turn around, show the product in use. You can use like testimonials. You can you can use testimonials. You can use how the product works, like an actual unboxing. So when you are creative, that's thing number one, the creative. And thing number two, the ad copy. When you go around and focus on what is the actual problem that your product is solving, what is the pain that is curing, what is the actual reason for someone to buy your product. Okay, the only reason of your ad copy, okay, is to actually sell the click, not sell the product. You need to sell the click, and then your landing page on your store is what is responsible to make the actual transaction. I see so many people failing right now, and this is because they didn't take the time to be creative and think who would buy this. And instead of, and they went ahead and they went like, okay, I want to sell this product. Let me throw it out there, and let's see who buys.
Interesting. So for you, it's really like a people first. I wonder if you kind of might share a little bit of kind of what's working for you with helping to really understand how people are using what you're selling, as well as some of the big failures you've had along the way that have taught you how to be able to do this well. Because I think sometimes people only want to highlight their big wins in this industry, and nobody really talks about, you know, the 20 times they failed along the way trying to figure that out.
I actually have failed. In order to come to this conclusion, I have failed multiple times so I could come to this conclusion, because I was following exactly what every other person was saying. And I always said, you know what, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, follow what everybody says. And the problem with following what everybody says is that that might work. Okay, I know so many people that it did work, but it won't work for, you know, many years to come. You always have to differentiate yourself, and I was always this kind of guy. So I said, okay, let's follow one process, but what happens if it doesn't work? I'm not going to stay here and start complaining, oh my God, my sales are shit, and Facebook ads are shitty, and it doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. I see how can I differentiate myself. And now at the beginning, I didn't have this at all. I didn't have the patience to wait. I didn't have the patience to wait for something to be able to work. Now I do have the patience, and I know that if I put 10 products out there, 9 will fail. If I really believe in the product, I will go and write multiple ad copy. If I do believe in the product, I will shoot and test 2 or 3 videos. I will test multiple placements. I will try to think out of the box, and I would say, okay, who would buy this? Except from the people who are really, okay, someone who is, so to give you an example, we were selling a year and a half ago with an actual customer the actual map, where it's the travel map where you can scratch off the countries you've been to. And I was always thinking, okay, who are the people who would buy this one? People who love to travel, right? So traveling, countries, expats, blah, 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 blah. But this is how everybody thinks, and it's normal. How can I start thinking outside of the box? And what we did with this client, and to be honest, I don't remember which was the one that worked, but I remember that we tested 20 different interests that they didn't have an immediate correlation with traveling. Like, okay, people who like Star Wars, people who like Nike, people who like, I don't know, Disney. So things that overall they didn't have overall correlation with the actual travel needs, but I do remember that we did find something that it worked really, really, really well. So always thinking outside of the box and always have the patience to lose money till you find that one product that's going to make you a ton of money.
Yeah, and I think, I would say that's probably one of the number one reasons people fail in my experience is that they expect to hit a home run, day one, and they don't really have the patience to try a lot of things, a lot of different ways, and to be really creative with it, knowing that you might fail 30 times, but the wins you account for are really big. So I'm curious to know, what are some of the beliefs and habits and behaviors you've created for yourself in order to be strong in the face of that? Because I think most people would view that as a whole lot of failure in the beginning. And obviously you've learned to just see it as what it is, which is just testing. So kind of how have you been able to kind of cultivate that mindset for yourself?
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody likes to lose money. So when I was losing money at the beginning, I got really angry. I got really, really irritated. Like, it's one of the worst things. Oh man, I hate losing money. I don't want to lose money. Lose. So I was attracting all that negative energy because I was focusing on the losing, because I don't want to lose money, lost money, lose. So I started realizing that all my thoughts, all the negative thoughts started becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So I said, okay, how can I reframe the situation? How can I make this better and don't think of it as losing money, but start thinking it as investing money, or start thinking of it as buying data. So it took time. I won't lie. It won't happen from one day to another. Okay, it really, really took time. And when you're seeing some big losses, and to this day, sometimes you see losing money and say, dude, why is that? But one thing that really, really helped me is I try to reframe the situation and say, okay, I found something that didn't work, okay? I invested some money out there, and I'm really, really careful for all the words that I use. So I found something that didn't work, so I'm closer to finding something that it will work. So either I have this mentality, which I'm not the first to say, obviously, but either you win or you learn. You never lose. So I'm really, really careful of what are the words that I'm using inside my mind and what I'm feeding my mind with, because I know that it's part of a process. It will take time. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's never gonna be easy. So. If you're not, someone said yesterday, I was reading a post, I don't remember who said that if you're not willing to go through pain to build this business, maybe you need to go to work at McDonald's. Maybe it's a little bit extreme, as this guy said it, but I believe it's true. Like, when you're entering this business, no one said it's going to be easy. And it's not easy, but what we're doing right now, the lives that we're changing, we help our families, we help ourselves. My personal dream is not to have like yachts and private jets, etc. But my dream is, to be able to live free, to be able to travel the world, to be able to meet people, and to have something for my family. So in order to be able to do all this stuff, you need to be open-minded, and you need to be really, really careful of all the thoughts that you're letting inside your mind.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to know, when you were in the very beginning stages making $0, which I can relate to, by the way. it took me 2 years to make my first sale on the internet. And I remember when somebody gave me $47 and I was like, oh my God, somebody gave me $47. You know, you remember that one.
Yeah.
What are some of the big like learning experience that allowed you to really get into this lifestyle you got now where you've kind of like, you're a sensation all over the world. So like, you know, what are the big learning experiences that helped you to get to this point?
So definitely the biggest, I think, learning experience is, you know, taking action and being focused on one business model. In our industry, there is too much opportunity. So at the beginning, I was jumping from one thing to another. I didn't really care about what this thing would be. I only wanted to make money. So I would start and someone would say back then, oh, you can make money with affiliate marketing. I started getting into it. And then I read somewhere else that you can start making money with Amazon. So I said, okay, let's try Amazon. Then I said another guy how you can make money with writing books for Amazon Kindle. So I jumped into the other stuff, and it was back then it was making money with arbitrage, with eBay, with affiliate marketing, with pop ads, with YouTube and affiliate marketing.
So you've tried it all.
So many different things. So I tried so many different things and I failed in every single one of them. I failed in every single one of them because when you're not passionate about something or you cannot understand 100% the aspect of how that business model works, you're going to fail. So tip number one, focus comes from the acronym follow one course until successful. So being able to focus and, you know, do what you have to do in that one business model till you make it a success. And for me, it's always about, you know, doing something that you enjoy. This is so important. The second thing comes to doing something that you love. And I have here, I'm in my office and I have like two really big pieces of paper that I write down literally what makes me happy in business and what don't I like doing in business with green letters and red letters. And I literally started writing down. I said, okay, what makes me happy in business? And I write down, I'm actually reading teaching, training, speaking, networking, events, masterminds, webinars, consulting, learning, create video content. So these are the things that I really enjoy doing. What I don't like building stores. I don't like writing product descriptions. I don't like building the actual funnel. Okay, so I wrote it down there so I know and I make sure every single day and every single hour of the day I do something that I enjoy. I'm in here with this call here with you because I love it.
Yeah.
So for me, when I was an employee, everyone told me what to do and it didn't matter if I was happy to do it or not. Everyone told me until what time do I need to stay at work. It didn't matter if I was there from 9 a.m. If I had to stay till 6, 7, 8 p.m., I would have to stay even if I was tired from 3 p.m. in the afternoon. But no, I had to stay right there. So I took a decision and I said, you know what? I'm only going to be doing stuff that I enjoy. So this is tip number two. And tip number three is be open. Be open. Don't, if someone has a bigger experience than you, or if someone doesn't have a bigger experience than you, but find something that works, don't act like ego. Open your mindset and be open your ears, okay? And think before you start saying something or ask for something that you might regret. So meeting people, networking, and being open to this situation is something that I would do right from the beginning. I lost so much time that, oh my God, I think right now it's crazy. I would have been in a super different level, but I'm happy and grateful for what I have already. So these are the three best tips I can get.
Yeah, actually, in particular, one of the ones that I really like is the second one, because I think one of the things that's really, really important is you have to be able to love the process. And if you're doing things day to day you hate, you actually can achieve success in business financially. And I've been guilty of this, as I'm sure you have, where you can build a business that is just not any fun to run, and it's producing income for you, but making you miserable at the same time. And outwardly, everybody would say, look at him, look at Dimitris, how successful he is, and you can be totally miserable at the same time. So I'm sure that one came from some deep lessons from you.
Yeah, it took some time.
Dimitris, we're actually running out of time right here, so I guess this is the point where I say, if somebody wants to learn more about you, plug whatever you're plugging. And by the way, one of the beautiful things about Dimitris, besides the fact that he actually has a passion for helping people and really genuinely cares, he actually walks the walk and does this stuff. He's not one of these kind of I'll teach you to do something I've never done myself types, which there are a lot of in this kind of internet marketing space. So anyway, sorry, that was my little rant. Go ahead.
Awesome. Okay. It was a pleasure being on this call with you today, and all the guys and girls that are watching this interview. So you can find me on Facebook, Dimitris Skiadas. I also have an actual Facebook page, which is under my name. I also have a group which is kind of dead right now. I didn't really focus, so not everybody writes, and I'm honest. The group is called Conversion Masters, but it's kind of a dead season over there. So I'll try to revive things, and yeah, that's about it. Or Instagram too, under my name too.
Yeah. Well, perfect, Dimitris. Obviously, I think, I like to take people into not just how you make some e-commerce sales, because obviously there's a lot of wisdom you have on that, but I think you got lots of training that's out there. And what I wanted to kind of share with people are the habits, mindsets, behaviors, the learning experience, everything that got you to this point, because I think those are the things that anybody can kind of take away from that. So I'm super appreciative that you were able to share that with people and have a laugh and look like a bearded stud along the way.
Absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. Thank you so very much for having me.